Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is not my regular time on live. This is just like a crash course, like good as you will do. Thank you guys for actually were joining me. I remain your host, Lai. This is going to be just a quick one. It's just my quick reactions to the AFCON draws. So, guys, I didn't post any notifications, guys. So, if you know anybody that is actually was a regular, um, that's a regular, can actually just tell them that we're live. Then I promise that it's gonna be very fast. We're just gonna make it quickly, and it's gonna be what? It's gonna be very fast. Why? Why should do it? I won't take too much time. It's gonna be very fast. I'm gonna do it very fast, just to give you my own reaction about the AFCON draws, guys. Just on YouTube, I'm gonna be leaving Instagram very soon. So get on YouTube and let's us discuss the AFCON actually what the AFCON draws. So I'll be very fast. I don't want to stay long today. It's still Monday. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Kola, you're joining for joining. The super go win now. Yes, so I'm gonna be making my early predictions too. Then what's it called? As can't wait any longer. Thank you. I just want to do it quickly before we actually before we wrap it up. So guys, like that the AFCON draw actually what took place like few hours ago. Then you can see clearly that it was a very glamorous event, and you saw exactly like different people actually came to that event, and it was a good one. So I just want to go to my early reaction to those draws, and what's my opinion about the draws. Friday we're going to discuss a lot better, about the AFCON draws. But I just want to come with my early reactions to those AFCON draws. I'm going to come with it. Then we see exactly what to go on. I just want to make it like a quick one so I can actually leave very soon. So let me start quickly by talking about one of the shining lights for that is that when I saw our new coach Eric Chile, actually came in a very good suit, and he was so happy, he was so happy to be representing the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Morocco, and he was there, and you also know the host too, Mumi Fawad, also interviewed him just to know that, oh, what's your opinion about the draws? What do you expect? And I like his response. I told you guys that this guy is not, because he cannot speak English, because I cannot present himself, like he cannot express himself properly in English, doesn't mean that he doesn't know what he's doing. Fantastic communicator, and he's actually was a very good guy. So I saw how he reacted, and I was so impressed with everything. So kudos to Eric Chile, fantastic personality, and you guys know that I'm a very big fan of Eric Chile. So you can see him directly in his in his hotel, taking pictures and getting ready for the AFCON draws. So guys, let me just quickly do this one. I want to give you my own opinion quickly. I know that one of our guys is still live currently, was because I have to just go somewhere to do it quickly before midnight. So let me just start with the draws. I'm going to start with Group A so that I can. I don't know if I actually what have Group A with me here. Okay, I think is that okay? Yeah, I have Group A with me here. So Group A, we have Morocco, the host nation, Mali, the Atlasans of Morocco, the Eagles of Mali, the Chipolo Polo Bullets of Zambia, and also what the Comoros, you have them in Group A. So in Group B, that is Group B, you have what the Pharaohs of Egypt, South Africa, the Bafana of South Africa, the Angola, and actually what Zimbabwe. Why you have in group uh, in Group C, you also have what you have Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and actually what Tanzania. So in Group G, you have Senegal, DR Congo, Benin Republic, and Botswana. In Group E, you have Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan. Why in Group F, that's actually what the last group, you have what Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Gabon, and actually what Mozambique. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about the Nigerians group very quickly, and I'm going to actually when I talk about the Nigerians group, I'm going to just move on and get you my early predictions for the other groups. So let me just talk about the Nigerians group very quickly. So Nigeria group very quickly. I want to talk about that one very quickly so that we can get that one out of the way. So Nigeria is in Group C. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, the Cranes of Uganda, and actually and the Tanzania national team. If you watch my podcast with IoT, Nigeria FC podcast, every Tuesdays at 10 p.m. and 10 p.m. UK time, 11 p.m. Nigerian time. I told you that I prefer Tunisia, and I actually got that one right. So, and IoT said that, he wants Nigeria against Nigeria versus Nigeria and Uganda. So, and also got it right too. So at least we're on the right track, in both in all of our predictions there. So, what's my opinion about this group? For me, one, let me talk about Tunisia. Tunisia will be playing against, we're playing against Tunisia, and it's going to be played in a North African country. So we have to put that one into consideration. And when you are playing against Tunisia in a North African country, you expect more fans of Tunisia. There's will be more fans from Tunisia than Nigeria. So practically, it's like a 60-40 home advantage for Tunisia. So, and in all honesty, Tunisia have not had a very good record against Nigeria in an AFCON tournament. I think the first time that Nigeria lost to Tunisia in normal time was 2022 when we lost to them in the second round. We have not lost to them in normal time ever before in an AFCON tournament. So we always have this edge. But people should not think about if I'm to pick a team that we are rivals with in North Africa, it's going to be Tunisia. Because anytime we play against them, we seem to have the better players than them. We seem to have the more informed players than them. But they look for a way to get results or try and drag Nigeria to extra time or so. Let me give you an example. When Nigeria played against Tunisia in Egypt, can you see? In Egypt 2006, Nigeria had a far better team than Tunisia. But one thing or the other, Tunisia managed to take that game to extra time and penalties before Nigeria won that game. If you remember, that game we had Obafemi Martins, we have Ayo Makinwa, we had Obina and Sofo, we had Gigi Okocha, in that 2016, we had a lot of players in the peak of their powers at that moment in time. But they still look for a way. They took us to extra time and penalties. So this just tells you why they are not easy customers. They are people that can still look for a way to get the results against Nigeria. So few things can change these results in this game. If our first game is against Tunisia in this group, I don't see a win. I have to be honest with you. If our first game is against Tunisia in this group, I don't see a win. What I see is a draw, not a Tunisian win. I don't see a win. So, but we just need to be careful of what they can actually do against Nigeria. Nigeria will be favorites against them. Forget about the players we're having. We'll be favorites against them. But we need to be very careful because one, we are playing in North Africa. And secondly, two, they are this team that they look dead and buried. But when they play against Nigeria, they woke up. Look at against Tunisia. Look at against in AFCON 2021. They had like 7 players out for COVID. Guys on Instagram, I'm going to off it now. Go and join on YouTube. This thing, guys, I'm going to off it. Go to Gant Football on YouTube and go and join. I'm going to off this one here now. Go to Gant Football on YouTube and go and join. Let me remove this one. Go to Gant Football on YouTube and go and join. Thank you. Go to Gant Football on YouTube. Let me just give you guys maybe it's all the time. Go to Gant Football on YouTube and go and join. I'm going to wrap it up very soon. So I just want to call people attention on Instagram at Gant Football. So you guys go to Gant Football on YouTube and join. Go to Gant Football on YouTube and join. And let me just try. Let me just try and like pin it here. I'm going to pin it here. I'm going to end it now. Go to Gant Football on YouTube and go and join. So we cannot say that we are, we can underrate Tunisia. We have to be honest to ourselves. The first time that we played against Tunisia and we completely dominated Tunisia was when we played them on home soil. We beat them by 4-2. That was in 2000. How many years ago was that? That was about 20. It's going to be 25 years ago this year. So they are tough customers. I just hope that the handlers will be able to look at them very well and know exactly, what to do. And talking about Eric Chile's performance against Tunisia, when Mali played against Tunisia in the last AFCON, Mali drew 1-1 against Tunisia. In all honesty, that was one of their worst games during the AFCON. Mali against Tunisia was practically one of their worst games during the AFCON. So, I hope that he learned lessons from those games. I hope that when he comes back again, he knows exactly how to prepare the team against Tunisia. So that's exactly about Tunisia. I hope that we get results against Tunisia. I want us to top the group. Let us be on a high going into the second round. Now against Uganda. Uganda are practically underdogs, in this group. Honestly, I tip Tanzania to perform better than Uganda, in all honesty. But there's one thing about the Cranes. These are the team from East Africa. They are the team that relies solely on endurance, even more than skill. They are very pacey. They might not be skillful, but they can take you all the way. That is one thing about that. When you see a team that, because you are a better team than them, you want to play them with high tempo. You want to dominate possession. You want to tire them quickly. But the issue is this: when you want to tire them quickly, you want to play them with high tempo, they don't get tired. That is one thing about them. In this game, despite that, if this game is the first game, I see Nigeria winning this game by 1-0. But if this game is the second game, I see Nigeria winning by more than 2 goals margin in this game. A 2 or more margin in this game. It might be tough in the first game, but if it's the second game, I see Nigeria winning. The good thing, what works for them basically is that they don't get tired easily. They don't get tired. They keep on going after you. So if you don't get the early goal, to tire them quickly, it's going to be a very tough game for Nigeria. So that is something about the Cranes. And, I watch their qualifiers because, they have interest to me. I don't know that they're going to be in our group, because they played against South Africa in the qualifiers for the AFCON, and we played against South Africa in the World Cup qualifier. So my priority was, I know my duty was that I just went to actually to watch them directly, to know exactly how they play, to know how they will play against South Africa. So I saw the game in Johannesburg and I saw the game away from home too. They did 2-2 in South Africa and they lost 2-0 at home against South Africa after they have qualified. So I saw those games and I realized that that second game against South Africa, I just think that they might be a very strong team, but if you see some very skillful players, they can actually take them to the cleaners. So that is what I see, in them. So for me, I think no matter first game, second game, or third game, no matter when we play against them, I think that we will beat them. Just might be a very scrappy win. Last one is Tanzania. For me, I think Tanzania is a much better team than Uganda, and I have my reasons for that. This time around, because of the lack of exports of players from East Africa to Europe, if we have to be honest ourselves, East Africans, they have the least number of players from to Europe. Let's be honest ourselves. South and East Africa, because they are limited in that area, so they decide to invest in their league more. So majority of the players that play for Tanzania, they play for Simba, for Yanga, So these are the players that they have good chemistry. Don't forget what they did too. They also have a coach that is a local guy. He knows the guys very well. But the good thing I see here is that it's not we are playing on a very good pitch in a different country. So playing against them might be very tricky sometimes because of the chemistry those guys actually would have among themselves, playing in the local league in Tanzania and also playing in the CAF Champions League or so on. It might be scrappy a little bit, but I still tip Nigeria to beat them, no matter the game plan, no matter what they are bringing. So for me, if I'm to say that, what is my wish? What did I think will happen in this group? I think Nigeria will have 7 points in this group. It might be. I just see it. I just see Nigeria having 2 wins here and actually a draw. You know what I see? I see a Nigeria performance similar to Mali 202. I see a Nigeria performance similar to Mali 202. If you remember in Mali 202 performance, we narrowly beat Algeria, we drew 0-0 against Mali, and we now beat, and what's it called? The last game. I forgot the last game that we actually against Liberia. We won the last game against Liberia. So I see a performance similar to Mali 202 because a lot of people see Nigeria here as the overwhelming favorite. So I see a performance like that, similar to that. 7 points, they are the group and actually they play, one of the lesser teams in the second round. So that's why I think I want to also know your prediction too. How do you think this group will fare? I see Nigeria progressing, and I see Nigeria topping this group. That's what I actually am predicting. Depends on and if you look at Eric Chile's interview today, we hope that our man in Morocco can have a sit down with him and discuss more about his plans for Nigeria, because few questions. It's just saying something about World Cup qualifier. And before I move on, let me just tell you about the World Cup qualifier. On Friday, we'll be starting the official countdown to the Nigeria versus Rwanda and Nigeria versus Zimbabwe World Cup qualifier, because it's now it's going to be February, so we're going to start official countdown and just do like 4 weeks of those countdown to prepare your mind exactly about what to expect in the World Cup qualifier. So Nigeria, I think Nigeria will actually have 4 points. I said 4 points, 97 points, and I think that I hope we don't have 4 points. So Nigeria will have 7 points, and I think that we top the group too. Let me just quickly give you my own reaction about these other groups, and I will now suggest which team do you think Nigeria will face in the second round, and second round and so on. So let me just quickly talk about other groups and my personal opinion about those groups. And which group do I think is the group of death? So this is Group A: Morocco, Mali, Zambia, and Comoros. You know, when I look at this group, a lot of people think that it's as easy as a straightforward Morocco win. For me, I see Morocco beating Zambia, but I don't see Morocco beating Mali. That is just that. I think the Mali game, I don't see Morocco beating Mali. I just think that there's when I saw there's some things I saw during the World Cup qualifier and also during the AFCON qualifier. I just think that this Mali team, they are just there's something that Tom Santifed is adding to this team that just makes it a little bit different from what Eric Chile did. So for me, I think Morocco might still top the group, but I don't see them beating Mali. That is my own take. I think Comoros will be third in this group. I don't see Zambia progressing at all in this group. I see Comoros as what as being third, Mali second, then Morocco first. So Group B, I see South Africa again beating Egypt. I see South Africa beating Egypt, but I see South Africa not being able to beat Angola. So this group is not going to be like a straightforward Egypt group. I see South Africa beating Zimbabwe, not being able to beat Angola, but beat Egypt. So maybe even losing to Angola. So I see Egypt not being able. In fact, the issue is this: I see Egypt finishing second or third in this group. I see Egypt finishing second or third in this group. I don't see them topping this group. I just don't see them topping this group. I see them finishing second or third in this group. I think Angola will top this group and followed by South Africa, or Egypt. But I don't see Zimbabwe progressing at all in this group. So, sorry, this is not Group F. We're not going to Group F yet. So, Group C now. Group C, I've told you about Group C already. I told you about Group C already. So, Group D, I go to the okay. Group D now: Senegal, DR Congo, Benin Republic, and Botswana. I see a Senegal win directly in this group. It might not be very interesting and enterprising win, but I just think that the Senegal will actually will win this group. So, guys, on Instagram, I've given you time enough, so I'm going to end on Instagram so that you guys can go on YouTube. Go on YouTube, Gans Football 2 on YouTube. Go and join on YouTube. Gans Football 2 on YouTube. Go and join. I remove you guys on Instagram. So for me, I think Senegal will top this group. I also see DR Congo progressing too. I don't see Botswana. I think this is how the group will end up, in my own opinion. Senegal might not be able to have 9 points, but the 7 points they will have will be enough to top this group. So Botswana, I don't see them actually even progressing at all. I see Benin Republic getting best third place team in this group. I see Senegal drawing a game maybe between DR Congo and the Republic, but I see them still looking for a way to top the group. So that's actually what Group D for you guys. I'm going to go over like a proper explanation of my listing. Group E, Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and actually and Sudan. For me, I think Algeria will win this group. I think Algeria will actually will win this group. And I think that after Algeria wins this group, I think Burkina Faso is not in the best of form currently now, except maybe sometimes we will think this, I don't think they are really playing their best football now. But despite that, I still see Burkina Faso becoming second in this group. I see Sudan being third and Equatorial Guinea last. Just because there's something that they lost. Equatorial Guinea, during when Insue is no longer eligible to play for them. I don't think they have enough spark up front any longer. I think they lack leadership now in that team. So that's why I just think that they are not the same team that we saw during the last AFCON. So in my own opinion, I think that they will not qualify in this group. So that is actually what the last group now. Group F: Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gabon, and actually Mozambique. So for me, I see this team as this it's like slightly like a group of death because all the teams you actually will see here can compete on a very good day. A lot of people think that Mozambique is not this thing. And for me, I think that Mozambique can even compete ahead of Gabon. But in this group, I tip Cameroon to win this group. I tip Cameroon to win this group. In fact, their coach, Bryce, already transformed this team. And if you have watched Cameroon since they have played the last AFCON, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. The Cameroon team that you see now is not the one you saw against Nigeria. It's a much better team now. This team now have what? Carlos Baleba of Brighton, Kose Angosa of Napoli. They now have players that were not part of the AFCON team. They have a player, they have a unit now, and they are doing so well. So, in my own opinion, I think Cameroon will win this group. I think because I get a bunch of individuals, I think Cameroon will win this group. I think Ivory Coast will be second, and I think Gabon will be third. So it's just Ivory Coast being second, Cameroon first, and I think Gabon will be third. I don't. Despite that, Mozambique can compete. They have players in Atletico Madrid. They have players, in some top areas still in Europe, but I don't think that they will be able to qualify in this group. So that is how I think. So if you look at so when this draws 2 came out, I did my calculation that what will happen when, sorry, one second. I want to show you my own prediction. I actually was put here. Guys, I'm going to put so guys, if you want to join, just join quickly. If you don't want to join, I'm going to actually end it very soon. So I'm going to put the link in the comment section quickly. Join so that I can read to actually so for me, I just want to show you a few of my predictions and where I think Nigeria will actually play in the second round. If we actually top the group. So I think based on what my calculation is, I think that okay, Chris is actually here. Thank you, Chris, for joining. So for me, I think Nigeria's second round game is go big against Comoros. That is it. Second round game is go big against Comoros. So that's my take. That's my take on that. Let me just try and bring Chris quickly so that we can make his Chris.
Hey,
you can off the other one. This is just lower the volume of the other one.
Okay.
Yeah. So Chris, thank you for joining again, regular in the house. So Chris, the AFCON draws is already here now. Now it's for us to look at the opponents. So like what Eric Chile said, he said that he's not focusing on AFCON now. He says the World Cup qualifier because you have a big 6 games before the World Cup, before the AFCON is at. You should forget about the AFCON first. Let's focus on the World Cup qualifier. But because the AFCON draw is today, we have to talk about it today and Friday so that we can be able to just take it off and focus on World Cup qualifier again. What's your take on this on Nigerian's group first?
I think the group is good because it's a mixture of different style of football. With us playing Tunisia, which is the North African team, and getting to play the East African team also, which is I think that's Tanzania, right? Yeah, and also playing Uganda. And there was something you said about Uganda that I also thought about, which was them being able to endure.
Yes.
So they are ready. Yes. So they are ready to run the whole day. They don't care. And with players like that, with that kind of endurance, all they need is a good coach to set them up.
Yes.
And they will defend for 90 minutes and you won't do anything. So
yes.
But now what is our answer to that? This is where the coach comes in. So this is where we get to see, can Eric set up a team that can break down, because these teams are not going to come out to play us.
Yes.
They're probably going to sit back and try to hit us on the counter. So now this is where we get to see the brilliance of Eric Chile. Will he be able to set up a team that can break down these teams? So, and I think that is going to be a big test going from Uganda to Tunisia and Tanzania. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
So okay. You actually said that this team will defend against us, especially if we qualify for the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Because for us to be able to take the bread out of our pocket and qualify for the World Cup, I think we're going to earn more respect. And this team will want to
Obviously.
respect us too and actually sit back. About setting up a team that you can actually break down. What I observe about him in Mali is that he can play through the middle. We don't
Mm-hmm.
play through the middle.
Yeah.
All those 1-2 balls. We rely on crosses from the areas.
Yeah.
All those 1-2 balls. We don't do that. If you go and check him very well, you will realize that the way he opened up Congo went with a low block, but the way he used, he went with his DM that went to open
Mm-hmm.
them. Because they marked him, all of them. It was his defensive midfielder that went for a true ball. Are you getting me? Because they already marked
Yeah.
everybody. So
Yeah.
I think when I saw what he did against Algeria in the friendly game, I've never. If he can do that, you go and check Umar Sadiq interview.
Yeah. I
You
saw the interview when he
you know
said
that
yeah.
I'm not alone saying all these things.
You can see that some of the players from that Umar Sadiq interview, you can tell that these players already have respect for him.
Yes,
They
they
have
have
respect
group
for him
chats. They have group chats. They're already talking among themselves what this guy brings.
because even today during when they were interviewing Eric, and he said, "I'm very vengeful and I have a vengeful team." So you
Mm-hmm.
can tell that where the mindset of the players are,
Yeah.
that they're
Yes.
ready to get the cup back, to
Yes.
get that trophy in in
Yes.
in this thing. And
Yes.
him also saying that he's focused on the World Cup
I'll
qualifier,
qualify.
because the truth of the matter is, if he doesn't qualify,
Mm-hmm.
the mood going to AFCON is not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same. Yes.
So
Yeah.
him saying that and he kept saying we have two
Yes.
games.
In
He kept
March.
knocking at those two games that we have to play, and
Yes.
you know that is like that. This is like the biggest point of his career right now.
Yes. Yes.
And
So
if he gets, yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if he gets to win,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm. I agree with you. You keep on referencing the match game, the interview. Let me just say a piece of news to you guys listening. Today, the Rwandan FA announced that they failed to agree a new contract with their coach. So now they don't have any coach again. Yes, they have failed to agree a new contract with their coach. So today they announced that the coach will no longer be with them again because they begged him. I think the money he wanted was slightly not really in their budget. So they want to go with the coach that coached them to qualify for the CHAN. Maybe because majority of their team play locally, so they want to see maybe they can go with a local coach. So they were even referencing that they're in the same situation with Nigeria, and Nigeria too also had a new coach. That so it's going to be balanced, when they play against Nigeria at the Amaro in March. So today, a piece of news: the coach officially said that they're not agreeing a contract, so they're going to actually leave. I'm still ask you some questions about this group, but let me just try and bring my man from Birmingham. Thanks for actually joining. So
yeah, but
you want to say something about the draw? Before I come to you, I want to ask Chris, Tunisia. Most people think that Tunisia is so worse. See, the last time that we dominated them completely and we won was 2000. That's 25 years ago. Even that game, if you remember that very well, that game, it's not a complete domination because it was 4-2. They kept on scoring goals, until Finidi George and Okocha's magic took Nigeria. We were playing in Lagos, in Surulere, Lagos. We were playing there. So Tunisia is this brother that kept on coming. You think that you are better than them, but they look for a way to get results. Go and check our result against Tunisia. You realize that we're better than them, they will take us extra time. We're better than them, we're going to draw. We do this thing, you're going to draw. So let me just ask you quickly, what's your opinion about Tunisia before I go to Ladipo?
I think with Tunisia, I think the thing with these North African teams, when they play against Nigeria or any
Yes.
of those big West African countries,
Mm-hmm.
they play like it's a final,
Yes.
because they try to like show like we are, they try to because I feel like I feel like they have this mentality that they think that we'll try to bully them with our strength,
Mm-hmm.
so they go extra hard. Because if
Yes.
you watch, it's the same thing with Algeria.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we play them, it's like war for them. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like fight. They always want to show like that.
Yes.
So I think these North African countries, anytime they play one of these big countries from West Africa, they always play it like as if it's the final for them. And also, it's gonna be the same thing when we play them again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a game where they're gonna sit back
Mm-hmm.
and invite us to come break them down.
Yeah.
The same way Libya did the whole game, and they will try to get it. They will probably play for a draw
Mm-hmm.
because that's the only for because to them that's the only team there they believe that can cause problem for them.
Yeah.
So they'll try to play for a draw against Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then try to go out to play. So it's just gonna be one of those games where we just have to be very sharp and very clinical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because because yeah, because even at the AFCON in Cameroon that we were 1 man down.
Yeah.
We had so many chances to equalize and
Uh-huh.
even win that game,
Yeah.
but we were not clinical enough.
Uh-huh.
Sadiq Umar was missing chances, so many chances in
Uh-huh.
that game. We're missing chances. So, like I said, we just have to
But but
be
but
able to.
but but it was missing half chances.
Yes, yes, you can say
That
that.
is one
Yes,
you have to
half
look at that.
chances. Yes,
Yes.
yes, and also we had a coach that immediately they got that red card. You could see in his face that it's game over for him.
Yes.
There was nothing. There was no, there was no kind of like motivation. If you look at the coach on the bench and
Yeah.
say, okay, he's trying to push it. You look at his face, you can tell that he just said to himself, he done finished now. He
Yeah.
done finished. So hopefully, like I said, I'm really looking forward to what Eric is going to do
Yes.
with this squad. And
Yes.
also, I also want to say something. I also feel like Smith. I think we really need to we really need to add some players to our squad.
Yeah.
We need to strengthen some position because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like some of these players we have
Mm-hmm.
are not going to be able to do what we want to do.
Mm-hmm. He knows, oh. I won't lie to you. He knows,
Yeah.
oh. See, he knows, oh. But hold on. Let me just ask, Rajikwa, about your opinion about the draws. What's your take about the draws? Is it what you expected Nigeria to get, or you think that is a bit difficult for Nigeria, or what's your take?
Well, like I saw on Bull Henry's
Live.
I think earlier. Like I said, we should have 9 points or nothing less in that. If
Mm-hmm.
worst comes to worst, seven
Mm-hmm.
points. But as for Tunisia, I believe from the records of since when I have been watching
Mm-hmm.
Super Eagles, so I think Super Eagles would thrive with them when we are not playing with pressure.
Mm-hmm.
All the times they've beaten us, we are always under pressure.
Pleasure.
And like there's one scent of fear
Mm-hmm.
in Nigeria whenever we're playing them. I remember 2006 when they won us through penalty. We
Two
would
and
have
four.
that game, yeah, the 2004, sorry, when they were
Yeah.
putting Yama on one side. We would
Mm-hmm.
have even scored in between the game, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we lost two
Yeah.
or few chances.
But I'm sorry.
2006,
Hold on, Rajikwa. I want to just say something. You said that we beat them for not playing that pressure. There
yeah.
was a man in that stadium that day, that is Zamoje. He covered the stadium, he covered the AFCON that year.
Mm,
He said that they were praying that Nigeria should lose that game. Because if Nigeria did not lose that game, there is no even where how they can escape. They don't know what will happen.
mm,
When you play in North Africa, it's always like this. You will see fireworks, you will see everything. And don't forget that they are playing in Morocco. So you will see, in fact, we will be outnumbered. Forget about what we experienced already AFCON in Ivory Coast, that you see majority of crowds supporting Nigeria. It's going to be different. So we're going to be playing under pressure. So do you think that one can also get into these guys?
well, possibly. Like you said, whenever I think Algeria is North African now.
Yes.
I remember our World Cup 2006 World Cup qualifiers against them that we went there and won them 5-2. They
In Libya.
almost did, yes, they almost did what in Algeria.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
They almost did what Libya did to us, and throwing stick or firewood, this thing on all these guys. I remember that much.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, playing against North African side is always like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel with this set of players we have now, there's no way Tunisia can have a way against us. There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
way. There's no
Mm-hmm.
way. And
Mm-hmm.
sorry, who did we play in third place in 2019?
It's Tunisia 1-0.
Yeah, because I know we used to the way we take third place is like we used to go like a beast, like we are so
Mm-hmm.
angry, we just want to get something up, and we easily won that match without any, it was an easy win, but with having them in group stage is very very good. We are
Mm-hmm.
not playing with any pressure. We are playing as the African giant that we are, and we are
Mm-hmm.
just easily going to win them.
Yeah. 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 So
100%.
now, who do you think? You said Tunisia should be easy for Nigeria. So who do you think in that group can be someone that you can get the points? You're thinking about 9 points for Nigeria. What do you think in that group can take points off Nigeria?
So take point off Nigeria. Um, I don't see Tunisia taking off points off Nigeria, but these guys, wha- um, ah, what's their name? Is it? So what's the names of the two other
Tanzania
guys?
and Uganda.
Tanz- yes, I'm expecting Uganda to, because
Okay.
we just might ask Nigerian, and not maybe underrate them. I don't know, but with this Eric Chelle, it depends on the mentality he builds in the team. Let's say, oh, we don't need to underrate any country, this and that.
Mhm.
It depends on the way he charges these guys. But I don't see them getting any points from Nigeria, honestly. Honestly.
Okay, let's look at okay, let's just I don't want to wrap it up very quickly. Now, if you want to join, let me know quickly because as soon as I end it with that. So I want to ask us this question. Some of us have been watching AFCON for so many years. Which AFCON do you think say we went to and we're not confident at all with the team? We went to and we're not confident. We're always confident about going to an AFCON. I remember that we went to Egypt and we lost to Madagascar. You even remember that game? Was it Madagascar?
Yeah.
We lost to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Madagascar 2-0.
yeah,
And against Egypt in the last 2021 AFCON 2022, we were expected to beat Egypt. We expected to like at least draw or lose. But we won
yeah.
against Egypt. And we got like we got 9 points in that group until we got clashed out. So, we always, when we are confident like this going to an AFCON, I expect one thing to happen, honestly, in that
Yeah.
AFCON. That's why I keep on actually asking you that where do you think it might be a draw or even a loss? Where do you think it will come from? So because when you're confident like this, there's something that will happen in
Yeah.
that group stage.
Yeah. Well, I to be honest, you are very right. 2021
Mm-hmm.
AFCON team for
Yeah.
Nigeria, to me, was the worst ever. Not because
Mm-hmm.
they lost in second round, but I have always known from beginning. Because the way they won, they had 9 points. I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't 100%. I was 0% confident in them.
Mm-hmm.
But as for what you've just said now, it might happen maybe quarterfinal. God forbid, because it's going to break our hearts. But
Mm-hmm.
just maybe because there's too much confidence, and yeah, maybe quarterfinal. But I don't know. I don't see it happening. No. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
it
I
happening.
see Nigeria playing the semi-finals at least. I see Nigeria games. I just see like I don't see 9 points in our group, in all honesty. I don't see a 9 point in our group. And the way I see it, I think is that AFCON that Chile will drop his first points. That's what you're saying. That in that one of the group stage games, you might just see a team that forms a low block. You just find a solution to them. You couldn't find that solution. The game just ends that way. Then you learn from it, going to the
Mhm.
next game. I just think that there's that game between Tanzania and Uganda. I just think that if you say that Tunisia is fine, but it depends on our first game. Our first game is what I fear most because they will prepare more for Nigeria than playing the second game or third game. So, in my opinion, I think that first game is very important for Nigeria. So, I just hope that things actually work well for
To to
Nigeria.
to
So,
to,
yeah,
to back
yeah,
what you've just said earlier today, I was thinking about something like African coaches,
mm-hmm,
excluding Nigerian coaches, African coaches. I think in the next few years, you're going to be seeing some African coaches in Europe
mm-hmm,
because they are going more than what we are looking at now. You know, the way Eric Taylor has just come up now, it's just all of a
mm-hmm,
sudden, he takes his time to watch other teams he's going to play. He
mm-hmm,
just but these teams will now, just like you said, now one team will just override Chile in Nations Cup, maybe, and it's not what you'll be expecting.
mm-hmm,
Chile will just be like his normal game plan,
mm-hmm,
the way. But some people are there watching his style of play, like, okay, this is how
mm-hmm,
you play, right?
mm-hmm,
We'll tackle you this way. So I feel
mm-hmm.
like that Nations Cup is going to be a bang. Like we are
Yes,
coming with the best of the best coaches, best leg, and it just might happen. It might not
yes,
even be against Nigeria. It might be against this Senegalese coach. One
mm-hmm,
small team will beat him.
yes, yes. So for me, I just think that one of these things actually would happen. But let me just ask Chris. Chris, where do you think that the blip might come from? In any of those three good games, Tunisia, Tanzania, Uganda. Where do you think that blip might come from?
I think it's gonna come against Tanzania.
Hmm.
I think it's gonna come against Tanzania, but I'm not s- I'm not saying that it's gonna happen
Mm-hmm.
because I do have a feeling that we're gonna get 9 points from that team.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's gonna be any sort of upset or anything, I think it's gonna come Tanzania. And the
Yeah.
reason why I say so because
Yeah. Okay.
um
Yeah.
yeah
So let's
yeah
just
I
make
think Tanzania, yeah.
a prediction and quick before we wrap it up. So Chris, I'm going to start with you. Chris,
Yeah.
Are we doing it again?
So see, Smith, to be honest with you, this is like right now, African teams. This is the best. This is the best time I've seen so many amount of good African football teams.
Mm-hmm. That's why Ghana is behind.
Like there's so many. I was looking at that draw today. I was watching the draw today, and I was looking at those names come up,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking at those groups. I couldn't even make like a proper prediction
Mm-hmm.
because some of these teams are very good. But
Sorry, I want to say something. When I went to go and research Angola, if you know the amount of Portuguese players that changed nationality to Angola, and this
mm,
AFCON, this Angola team, if you are not careful, they go to the World Cup.
they
See,
are very they are
guy
very good team.
that don't have
They're
for a
very
sign,
good team.
the loan to Olympiacos, the guy has changed to Angola. You will see them. The Angola team
Even
now,
also even same thing also with Comoros. Some of
yes,
those Portuguese guys are
French,
because Angola Angola what you call it, the Angola's rep during that AFCON went up, so a lot of people, a lot of
yes.
those players want to have that
If you are
feeling of
not
AFCON.
in Portuguese plan now, you are going to Angola straight away.
So
But
I'm going to
my,
say
my
this.
prediction
Okay.
my
Okay,
prediction for
okay,
this
see your
AFCON
vision looking for, yeah.
my prediction for this AFCON, what I feel is going to be the biggest upset
Mm-hmm.
is Morocco. Morocco will not make it out of that group. That's my that is my crazy
You
crazy
are not going to
prediction.
see the moment Morocco you make up, just pack your load from that Morocco and run away because
See, I'm going to say this. I'm not Ghanaian, but I'm paying for Ghana.
Mhm,
Not this time when football is like this. Ghana is not supposed to be in this level they are
mhm.
in. Even Nigeria are riding on the part of Ghana because Nigeria is just lucky to, that big brother that knows how to do something well.
But I want to ask you,
And
Nico, what do you think helped Nigeria? Because we have been this is like this, like Ghana. What do you think helped Nigeria?
what helped Nigeria is, Nigeria is like, this child that does not
Lookman,
read, that just pass anyhow.
Yeah. But I want to ask you a question. Do you think that if they remove the diasporans from the Super Eagles, do you think we go to this AFCON?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
We'll be like Ghana.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
hundred
we
percent.
not
We're
go to
going
this
to be like
AFCON.
that
Yes.
because because and the reason is all these
Mm-hmm.
our local players,
Mm-hmm.
minus maybe one, two, three of them.
Mm-hmm.
The moment they have money, their thinking is changed.
Mm-hmm.
It changed, so it affects their football. It affects their everything. So it
Mm-hmm.
does not. They don't want to go further. So that's why their football is not. Because how would you expect Kudus, a player like Kudus, not in the Afcon?
Mm-hmm.
But in Europe, he's playing well, he's doing well. But in AFCON, in Ghana, it's just maybe
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe he's not giving his 100 or his teammates are not making it look like he's up because Ghana is supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And Nigeria is just lucky. We are just lucky we have all these innate boys and that wants
Yes.
to,
That,
yeah,
that
that
that's why
just,
we should bring them more. And this Japa syndrome is helping Nigeria too.
yes, yes, yes. With
Traveling
like,
Japa
I
system.
must tell you, in the next 15 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
all 80% of Nigerian players will be abroad.
Yes, I think so
Because
too.
as I'm telling you now, I just have I had a son like few months back. I already bought post and cones that's going to be easy to play. So just like I'm thinking, you
Yeah.
probably are thinking the same way. Another
Yes.
person is thinking the same way. In the next 15 years, we have too much of players to pick from abroad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
England, oh, Spain, oh, and before you know, all these rubbish players that train with Cantas, the way they train in Lobby Stars and co, they will
Yes.
not pick them again.
Yes. Yes. I 100% actually would agree with you that what's helped Nigeria from this mess is just because we had this big diaspora contingent that can come and actually what rescue us in these in this case. So I pity for Ghana, but if you have to pick any team that will win this AFCON, which team will you pick? I know it's hard to
Uh,
pick.
I'm thinking of Egypt because I think some of I can see like five of their players on like rampage, like they are really hot right now.
Who say Mamouche and Lasala?
Yes, yes. And this form Salah is in now. One player enough. One player is enough to change the whole team
Mm-hmm.
with the right mentality. So I think Egypt, Egypt might.
For me, there are people
Even
will
as much
think
as
that
we used to shout Nigeria, I honestly don't see us reaching
for
final.
me, I see Nigeria in the semi-finals, and anything can actually what happen from that. Because when you don't play semi-final now, you go get suspension, you go get injury, you go get everything. Anything can actually what happen from that. I also see South Africa going at least in the quarters or even semi-final, but I don't see them winning it. For me, I don't see it as host and win. I don't see it as host and win. My mind is just thinking that if the Cameroonian could work on Eketike, that boy called Eketike, I think Cameroon will have a good shot to win that one. They have a very good coach. That boy called Eketike, you know.
So
And we
Smith,
must.
you don't think Eric can
No,
build a team that can win it?
I think Eric will be in the semis, but my only problem with the team is that there's some players now. I will say it here now that he already had in mind to bring, and he's already telling them that he wants to bring this player. I hope that one of the player, I don't want to mention the player's name. Is
Give us club
no, I
name.
won't give you problem.
Are
The
we going to
player
see
is
you in
like
World Cup qualifier?
the player is very outspoken. He
Uh,
already he doesn't play. I mean, he's very outspoken.
Balogun.
Yes, and he's thinking that he are very outspoken, and I think the one of the issues he's having with the authority there is that you talk, But I think he already have it in mind that he actually he wants experience or so. I don't know
But
a lot of things.
Smith like is right now is Balogun really needed in Super Eagles?
I think for experience.
Experience
I
is.
think for experience. For me, I think for experience. The guy is 36 years old, but I can tell you that the guy is younger than some of our Super Eagles players. On paper, he's 36, but I think he's younger than some of our Super Eagles player, in my own opinion. I just
If
think
you are
that
talking about that, if for instance we don't have all these innate boys in our country
mhm,
in this current squad,
mhm.
Musa is enough to make the team.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you, sorry, a question. If you have been looking at the game that Balogun have played for Nigeria, go and check it. We have considered what? Small amount of goals. Go and check it. When they took
More.
Balogun off against Sierra Leone in Benin, we started considering. I
Even
get
even
me.
also against the game.
See, there's one thing about the guy. It's about the way he organizes words, his defense, and everything. It might not be the guy that is, but it's going to give you instruction. And I can
But
tell you, it's not as if I'm doing PR or so for him.
but Smith,
Yeah.
my question is this: how do you play Balogun in that defense now? With who? With Ekong or with Basi?
For me, I think that it's not bringing him to start.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't think it's bringing him to start. I think it's bringing him in terms of experience. You cannot be sleeping and your head's going to be in one place. In my own opinion, because in that Super Eagles, we have different
Now,
characters.
now
Yes.
I'm scared for Uncle K. If they bring
Yeah,
Balogun.
yeah. I know. I don't want to mention him, but there are some two people that already saying that. Mm, mm.
All of them are already now saying we are happy with the coach. We're happy with the coach. Just
Yeah. There's some. This guy is drafting 45 man list. For the
mm,
six World Cup qualifiers. So he's gonna be calling from them. For example, now he already had like a 40-man list, so he's gonna call 30 from the 40-man list.
no new
So
players.
yeah, he's gonna call. There are new players. In fact, it's out of the 45 man list. Some people say they never even clear them free for Nigeria.
But my
Oh,
question is this, Smith. My question is this again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do with the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho?
No.
oh,
See,
Well,
you should
the
not be
issue is this.
because
calling in
Smith,
2025.
we spoke about something,
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that the NFF are owing
Mm-hmm.
some of these players bonus. Now, if you're owing someone,
Mm-hmm.
you can do anyhow you like in terms of
Mm-hmm.
saying that we don't want to invite you again.
No. The issue is this. For example, now, the guy that plays for is he Crawley Town or so, he has not been invited for a while.
I
He
mean,
haven't- But I think it was part of the Benin Republic and Libya game also. He got his bonus now.
hmm.
The guy he got his money now. He got his bonus now. So
but
he's
but
about.
but Smith, I have a question for you personally.
Uh-huh.
Which players do you think Eric should drop? I want to. I want you to tell me the players
No,
you
this
think
guy
Eric
is
should
this
drop.
guy is in his list. The guy in Getafe. The guy in Getafe is in his list,
Okay.
already. It's about really the mind. Let me just tell you something about Eric Chile. Based on people that have worked with him of recent too. And I was having conversation this afternoon with someone that I know that knows him very well, that even know his agents. The issue is with him is this. He normally play his card close to his chest.
Hmm.
That is one thing about him. He's not a loud person. He play his card very close to his chest. He will tell you exactly that, okay, don't worry. For example, now they recommended the player to him, say, this boy is doing well, though. He said, I'm aware of the boy. Don't worry. We will
Mm.
see how the thing goes. That's what he said. This guy is well, he knows exactly what to do. For me, I know they've been talking about Anjorin on the internet, they're talking about this on the internet, but I think his major issue, I think Frank Onyeka is part of his plan. Frank. I think Frank Onyeka is, and Onyedika. So for me, I think the major thing that is really interested in is that he wants us to defend better.
But do you think the NFF have given him like a free road to do whatever he wants?
For now, for
Hmm.
now, for now, for now, for now. They think that they wanted him to call some champ players, but I think that was the first thing I told them, that if they actually can compete, you will see them, you will see them. So, and I think that it's going to be coming to Nigeria early March or late February. He's going to come to Uyo and come and see, those places. I don't think he visited Uyo last time around. And what I saw in Uyo today itself, I wasn't pleased. I saw that the goalkeeper is already getting bored. Imagine. So they
Hmm?
need to fix. Yes, it's getting bored. That goalkeeper area is getting bored.
Oh my God.
It's getting.
Is
You
that
have
where we
players.
are going to? Is that where we are going to be having our home game?
Yes, Uyo,
Hmm?
Uyo, Uyo. That area is getting bored. So I think that they need to actually work on those areas too. But for me, everything has been doing now, he has been taking boxes, has been having meeting with people, and you can see that it's actually widely accepted. He said something that I want us to take note in Ikene. He said that if you don't have the ball, you have to run. If you cannot run, you cannot play. So for him to say
Mm,
that, the players that will not play. So I don't think we need to go
mm,
to don't get it now. If you don't have the ball, you cannot
yes.
run, you cannot play. He said it already. So we don't need to go to Kotangora or go to then go and be looking for which player will not be part of the team. And we already know that people that are not run, people that don't have legs any longer, people that are not even fit, we know them. But what I don't like is that people want him to fail so that they can come back to the team, which I think is not good. That is it.
Of course
What I
now.
tell you, that is it.
I feel like all these innate boys, with what you just said, they will make his team.
They will make a
All
team.
of them.
They will make a team. Somebody said that, what about Felix Dokai? He's part of the players I think is considering Felix Dokai of Beki's stacks in Turkey. That guy, if you bring that guy in, if not because Gavin Bassi is there, the guy is very good though. Very, very good. Say, if you cannot run, you cannot play for my team. So
So,
in
That's
so
what we need
supply,
though,
which
because
which
because
which
there's some
midfielders do
players.
you think you would be considering?
I think don't expect to see so much new players for this match game.
Obviously.
The new players that I think if penciled majorly, you might see some few new in this match game, but in the June window, I think he wanted to call some fresh players that he will play friendly game with in those June windows and replace some old ones. And don't be surprised that you will see majorly but diaspora born players, play. And
Ah,
another thing I want to tell you is that you might be seeing Freddy Canute in working with him in Super Eagles.
wow.
Mm,
Really cannot tell. Wow.
mm, working with the strikers in Super Eagles. You might be seeing that. I'm just here was an unconfirmed report. You might be seeing him. He's also a very good and deadly finisher. Very close ally of Eric Chile. So you might actually what we see him actually working with some of our players. So he already know exactly what he wants to do. He already told some key players his plan. So if you like, go and expose the plan to Rwanda.
My,
I,
my, 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 my own is that players
Yeah.
like Iheanacho,
Mm-hmm.
players like Chukwueze,
Yeah.
some of these players that they haven't contributed anything.
Uh-huh.
Where players that they feel like they are bigger than the team. Sometimes Iheanacho thinks he's bigger than the team. He
Yeah.
feels like they call him senior man. So when he gets anytime he plays, he doesn't run. Look at the Rwanda game. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't try to track or mark. He's just there, just trolling. So it's a
Yeah.
senior man. He's like,
Yes.
what I
Hey,
say, we
but
don't want that
but
anymore.
I'm sorry, speak like I think Chukwueze might still have a chance in the team if he
I think so
improves.
too.
He still have a chance. He still has future. It's just a bit of laziness that is this.
Yeah.
But in a I'm sorry. I think football is finished in his body. He tries. He's trying hard. I know he's working hard, but when there's nothing inside you, you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah. I know exactly. I know, and it's so sad that they told him that they are getting a new striker. Imagine, say they are bringing another Nigerian in
Wow.
Sevilla. They told him already. So And they told him that they're bringing a new striker. They told you already. So go and find your. Imagine, he's the highest paid player. They said, oh, they're looking for a new player. And they brought in Aqua Adams. They told him already they're looking for a new player. So you're not ready. And I'm also hearing that that means that there was a report earlier this year that Victor Boniface already agreed personal terms with a Saudi Arabian club.
Try.
So, so the news that we are hearing now is that Al Nassr, they are now negotiating directly
I saw it,
with
Fabrizio.
Bayern Leverkusen for the transfer of Victor Boniface officially. For me, I think that that's the end of the road.
Yeah. Sweetheart, you remember when I said this few weeks ago that aside Victor Osimhen, I don't see any Nigerian groom players to win African best.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I told you
You said it,
weeks
though.
ago now.
You said it now.
It can never happen. It's not magic. Let them win score 80 goals now. It can never happen. The mentality is already there.
Hmm.
The mentality. Victor, let's see. As much as we used to probe Victor, we used to just, talk about him when he does things that are not right. Give
Hmm.
it to him. Let's give
Hmm.
it to him. It brought this, pride back into Nigerian football.
Hmm.
Because Victor is really a great person.
Hmm. Hmm.
As far as mindset is concerned,
Hmm.
as far as anything is concerned, he's a great person.
So, but looking at this Boniface issue now, because I'm hearing that talks actually were progressing
I saw
very
it
well.
too. I
Yes,
was
I'm
sad.
hearing that talks are progressing very well. But I want to ask this question: Arsenal checked on you, Chelsea checked on you. You know, top clubs, they ask. You don't see that oil money. All these people, and they know where the shoe is pinching them. In my own case, I just say that I wish him the very best of luck if he goes to Saudi Arabia. But he himself know that going to Saudi Arabia is not making the AFCON team. He
And
knows that.
also, and also, he's not going to be a starter at that club.
Yes,
He's not going to start. He's not going to be a starter.
Why do you say he won't start?
I think it's
Who is going to
Ronaldo.
bench? Who is going to bench at Al Nassr?
Omo, if he's going to Al Nassr and not assured of starting, he's finished though.
He's not going to be. That's the thing. He's not going to be. He's not
You know,
starting.
Ben Sadio
Finished.
Mane not there. Sadio Mane.
Mane is there. He's not going to start.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
Ronaldo
true.
and Ronaldo plays at the Ronaldo is the striker there. He's the nine there. He plays at the nine there. So who is
You,
going
you
to?
you know what I saw on the write up? They say they're bringing a striker to assist Ronaldo. I
Mm-hmm.
think they are preparing for Ronaldo's leave, like when
Yes.
he's going out. So that's why they want to stylishly replace him with another top Europe striker.
Sorry,
But
I want to read this comment quickly. Um, don't you say sorry? This comment. My brother said that he's left. He said Ronaldo will be back in the wings. Where Ronaldo play wings? Ronaldo play.
Ronaldo's too old to play wings right now. He's the nine. He
Eh?
plays as a top striker.
Ah,
Who,
ah.
see,
who Ronaldo want the crossing for?
see, when they during Victor Osimhen's saga, all
Yeah.
these transfer, I don't know all these players. I'll mention their names. It's not what I'm saying. Right, they said, if not me, I go collect them. Better collect
Hmm.
your money. Nobody send you. A player that has just won African best player
Mm-hmm.
at 25 years, you say make he collect Saudi money. If all these Ronaldo they do like that, they no go reach that stage of level of football now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think of greatness too. Let's think of pride. Everything is not money. This
Hmm.
money, one day, Victor Osimhen will be old by God's grace, and the money will go. But what will never go is what the name he has achieved for Nigeria. He was the
Hmm.
AFCON best player in 2023. If
Mm-hmm.
he had gone for money, it will never Nigeria's name will never be there.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
because it's not giving us the supporter the money. What is giving
Mm-hmm.
us is the joy and the
Mm-hmm.
pride of having our name as top every time. But when you are going for all these material things, it will not be like that. So the type of mindset Ideye has is obviously what most 80% of older Nigerians has as a footballer
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
And there's some this is also okay, the background that we come from. People talk about nobody cares about you. But the issue I even see is that this is a player that would think that he can win the African Footballer of the Year in the nearest future.
He was
I
complaining
remember,
now. He was complaining that he felt sad that he didn't go nominated.
I would have been sad if he won and all this news is coming up. It would have been a fluke, a big fluke. Ademola Lookman would not go to Saudi this time for any amount.
yes, they said that Saudi came. He told say the head of Saudi sport director is Nigeria, Eminalo. He told him straight away that no, 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 not now, not now. There's still unfinished business in Europe. You want to focus on Europe now. Maybe they offer Cravacelia more than what PSG offered him. More than what PSG offered him. He said he wants to stay in Europe. But this money that they are looking for is to go and be spraying to the not that I don't know. don't know.
It's Cubana now.
Exactly,
Cubana chief priest. He's gonna
exactly.
can kill with
To
Cubana
give
for
to that
December.
note 5 million naira and people to just comment. I
We'll
mean,
get to
as much
December now.
as is none of my business. All this, Nigeria. I feel some of our players play for survivor. I know
Yes,
where
whatever.
we come from. Where we come from
Yes.
is really difficult to get to that level.
So this yeah.
But there are some,
Yeah.
there are still some hungry people.
Yeah.
When they rakbala their head enter that stardom,
Yeah.
bro, they are not living there
They're
until
not
they
living.
reach greatness.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me just hear from Ismail Oga. Mr. Kingsley, can you hear us? I think it's having issues with the internet. Okay, okay, yeah. So, guys, I wish him the very best of luck. But maybe all those very dark man when they just make good they spend money on it. But for me, what I see is that I like him so much. But he's one of the most unserious footballer I've ever seen. Like,
No, it's not serious. It's
it's
not
not
Very
serious.
serious.
He's
serious
the most
person.
one of the most
I
serious
remember
footballer
one
I've ever
time.
seen. Eh?
I remember one time when someone was saying to him, or someone made a comment that said, look at the difference between how man carries himself on social media compared
Mm-hmm.
to Boniface. And
Mm-hmm.
then Boniface, next thing Boniface now posted something and said, sorry for us, we know be professionals. So, like
Uh-huh.
he like you post like as if you're a kid. Like
Yes.
you were interviewed telling the interviewer that I don't like Premier League. I don't want to play Premier League. I won't play Premier League. No,
Mm-hmm.
like what is this? What is this?
Yeah,
And
The problem he caused in Germany, where he got an
mm-hmm.
accident, and then a few weeks later they saw him on the phone driving,
Uh-huh.
and all those things. When you do something like that,
I was watching Iwobi and Aino's podcast when they were talking about AFCON. This thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Iwobi mentioned something. I, don't, I think maybe on that video or on another video, he said in Arsenal, no, it was I know that was talking about it. They don't teach them just how to play
play
football.
football.
They
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
teach you how to like carry yourself, how to
Hmm.
talk in the media, how to
Yes.
that it will be said when it was about being in the senior team that they said now that you are now a prospect and this and that they were letting them know how they will act outside, how they would do, what they can say, what they cannot say. That is what we lack as Nigerian players.
Yeah, I,
You
I
would
think we have
never
that.
you hardly see all these innate boys post
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary story on their
Mm-hmm.
Instagram.
Yeah,
You
you
add
know,
it's hard.
it's hard. I used to have like a youth center here in Manchester that some of these boys actually would normally come to. One boy is now playing professional football.
Mm.
So they told me that your boy doesn't play pro football. I was just remember saying this boy. So when I went to on YouTube to search for him, yeah, if you look at the communication, and yeah, the coach was just saying I should, I saw that communication. It looks so polished, well trained. A boy of 19 years, no, eight, 18 plus, 19 years, the way he was communicating. And I just realized that, so when I went to this last Christmas and I spoke to the father, I said, no, they normally go to like classes. They teach them how to behave. They teach them what to say. They teach them how to even behave in club when they go out. They tell them everything. And they even let them to write exam to know, okay, you are ready for all these things. They
Do
have
you
people that are
know?
working with them.
Do you know Indidi? I don't know if you notice all this thing I'm noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Indidi is now like a polished innate boy, but
Yes.
many people will not know.
Mm-hmm.
And what I can see is because he started his uni in Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
He was enrolled in a uni in Leicester. I think from
Mm-hmm.
that time he's beginning to polish
And I
himself.
think he also married early.
Yes,
That one
yes,
settled him.
yes. That
And
that one too helped him.
the wife is very educated, very disciplined and
Yes,
educated.
that one too will help him. That one too will help
Uh-huh.
him. So
Yeah, in
now that
camp.
he's now in uni, yeah,
Yeah,
because
continue.
he's now very moderate. He doesn't talk anyhow. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't post unnecessarily. He just he does his joke whenever it's necessary. He will not
Mm-hmm.
you know that is how a professional is supposed to be. Not the
Even
way all
Osimhen has
this.
changed, though.
Yeah,
Osimhen to
Osimhen has
don't
changed
change.
now. He doesn't post anyhow anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you know, he is beginning to learn some things he doesn't know, and you can't
Mm-hmm.
blame him. Someone that is coming from Ojota, proper stack street boy. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to. It is a gradual process. Even
Mm.
his AFCON, when he won AFCON, he does not have one good speech to say. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's supposed to be able to say something to motivate people. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But see when Ademola Lookman won AFCON Best Player, see his
Mm-hmm.
speech. Everybody was
Mm-hmm.
talking about the speech. Those
Mm-hmm.
things, they are not things you can buy with money.
Mm-hmm.
They are
Hmm.
here. They are
You're
inside
right.
this place.
You're right. It's not what you can show or buy with money. So I just hope, in fact, just to back what you said up, a player, Terry Murphy, if you know him very well, the father is a lawyer,
Yes.
very educated. He mingles with the Ine boys. So
And he
see,
grew up in Nigeria.
yes, they are the one that's going to come to meeting first. And one that's going to come to breakfast first.
Hmm.
This group, I'm just saying that it's not about we robbing our culture. Some players did not play in AFCON. I know what happened, why they did not play, but I will not say it here. Because they
Hmm.
saw, Ivory Coast then, if you are not careful, you will miss road. Ivory Coast it's not play AFCON there again. That's what happened to DR Congo now. The coach gave them 1 day off. The 1 day off they gave them, they went to go and destroy themselves outside. When they came back, DR Congo, they were playing like pregnant women in the second day. That was against Ivory Coast. They couldn't play again. So to tell you that the distraction in Ivory Coast and everything. But what I'm just saying basically is this: when you are in camp, you should be in camp. Behave yourself. You are a professional. People are looking up to you. People want to be like you. This boy that plays in Strasbourg called Emmanuel Emeha. I don't know, maybe you know him. He plays in
I know
Strasbourg. I
him.
posted his picture today.
Yeah, I saw him.
The boy said that Victor Osimhen is his mentor, that he
Hmm.
wants to follow Victor Osimhen's footstep and play for Nigeria. Dang. But in Nigeria now, you don't follow up with players until they become superstar. The boy has now scored 8 Ligue 1 goals in 14 games with, I remember, about 4 assists. Now, big clubs wants the boy now. The boy is already playing for Deutschland 21. The boy I told you before, he wants to play for you. So for me, I just think that those areas we don't balance it well. And for behavior of players, I just hope that this is where Eric Chile will clash with so many players, in my opinion. Eric Chile discipline is more than Keshio. And because he's very disciplined though. He's very disciplined though. This is where he will
He's French
clash with
now. French people don't play.
he's
French
very
people don't
disciplined
play.
though. This is where it will clash with some of the people. He will not ask you not to do this thing, but and I just hope that the FA will support him
I
if he
think they
makes
will.
any decision that
I think they will.
they will. I think so. So, just few words from you because I have to wrap it up now quickly. Mr. Kingsley, I think our internet is not good though. His internet is not good. So I'm just gonna. So guys, his internet is not good. Hello, hello, hello. I think his I think his internet is not. It's not good. It's not good. So thank you guys for actually joining. Fantastic and lovely conversation with you. We hope to get Eric Chile to say some few things this evening. Some people are working towards that, but say NFF, make it no go talk, waiting and go talk, say why you go talk. So we just hoping to get some information too. I'm happy that he's learning English now. Go and check him now. His English don't improve to the one that you saw in Abuja. You know that? You can see
Hmm.
that he's saying more words now to the one that he was doing during interview. He's a guy that wants to improve himself, so that is learning on the job. And you will see a
Mm.
different coach, at the start of March. So, guys, Nico, thank you for actually coming. And Chris too, as usual, thank you for actually coming. We see
The
you
Friday, inshallah.
on Friday, yeah. Yes. Yes,
Peace.
yeah, all right. So that's Chris and that's from Birmingham. Thank you guys for joining. There's some inside stories too I would like to bring to you as soon as I get some information too about how the Super Eagles list will look like going to the World Cup qualifier against Rwanda. I'm not like to you. As I'm talking to you, Eric Chile is thinking about Rwanda. He's dreaming about Rwanda and wants to know everything about Rwanda. So, I can tell you that he's ready for the game. The players that he had in his list, I just hope that those guys, though the player is already with him, the list is already with him, he needs to send the list to the NFF so I can be able to rectify some few things. There's a player in that list, and I hope that the NFF will allow the player to play. That's my take. There's a player in that list. And the NFF will allow the player to play before they actually publish it. So thank you guys for actually for joining. Fantastic conversation about today. Despite that we don't know I come live on Monday, but because there's a draws today, that's why we actually was live. And my friend was live, but I can't just wait longer. Just come and do it quickly. And we have spent already 1 hour 23 minutes already, discussing Nigerian football. So as a player on that list, I hope that NFF can allow the player to play, and it's good. See, before I go, I like when somebody is playing. I don't like anky panky. That's why I normally say that some of you that go and say, hey, this coach, a very nice communicator, a good coach. This particular player will text. They had a very good relationship. It will text you, coach, I'm available. You did not invite me. You didn't say anything now. What is happening? He will read the message. He will not reply. Say, hey, is this coach? He's good coach. I'm just saying it. He will read the message. He will not reply. If you know the player is not in your plan, you are the coach. You should be a very good man manager. Be bold enough to tell the player and say, guy, there is something happening. They don't want to make I include you. Or just tell the guy if you want to protect those who employ you. Say, guy, they don't want you. You are part of my, you are part of my plans, but now for later. You can say that. There's nothing bad in that. Nobody kills you about it. That's why I was saying that some people are just there for sake, for just there doing nothing. So this guy is coming with a different energy, and he's being backed fully by Amaju Pinnick, and I hope that he will be able to get his way in the system because he's been backed with, if you like it or not, the most powerful person in Nigerian football, Amaju Pinnick. He's been backed with Amaju Pinnick. So I hope that he could be able to find it, find his way, among these people and be able to get the player that actually what he wanted to actually what play for Nigeria. I wish Eric Chile the best of luck. I'm praying for him and I want him to actually what succeed. Nigeria is number one. If Chile succeed, we succeed. That is the most important thing. Everybody wants to see Nigeria playing in the World Cup. There is nothing for me to gain to see Eric Chile fail. No. Some people are praying that Chile will fail so Ekuafo can come back, so they can be in the team again. They can be bringing nonsense people around and be disturbing the camp. They want Chile to fail, bring Ekuafo so they can be disturbing and be causing problem again in the camp. It's God that is alive. We not allow Chile to fail. Chile will qualify Nigeria the World Cup. And now all of now we don't want Nigeria qualify. It go shame all of now. So I wish Chile the very best of luck. It should not be about any individual. It should be about Nigeria. Nigeria should be number one. That is it. Please people, hey, try to bully him, try to do whatever you want to like. See, this guy, he have the heart of a lion. Because he cannot speak English, does not turn him to a mumu. I can tell you that. So all of when you want to bully him and everything, he's not reading your tweet. He's not reading your comments. He's focused on Rwanda. He's focused on Zimbabwe. And I will tell you, the same way when he was coach of Mali, he focused on Congo and South Sudan, and he won those two games. Congo 4-0, South Sudan 3-1. That was what he did. And he did it. So it's also working. Go and check his. I will share some of his pictures. He's been traveling with his laptop all the time, checking everything. And so I wish him the very best of luck. I want him to do well. That's the most important thing. If he does well, perform, we're happy. We're happy. We're all one. It's not as if we go and check it. When Nigeria is even doing well, everything moves in the country. Everything moves in the country. We forget what we are, the suffering we're going through. So forget it. So, guys, put Chile in your prayer. Let him actually do well. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to join me tomorrow and IoT for the Nigeria FC podcast. And also on Friday for our Friday night football. On Friday, officially we start the countdown to the World Cup qualifier. So though it's 31st of October of January, but we're going to start the World Cup qualifier as soon as countdown as soon as possible. I have some news from Rwanda for you guys. We'll discuss that as time actually goes on. Thank you guys for actually joining. I'll see you again on Friday. I remain your host, Smith Layi. Guys, pray for Chile before you go to bed. Thank you guys. Thank you.